Hi, my name is Roy, and I'm a team member at ANYLOG. Today, I'll demo how ANYLOG makes raw siloed edge data instantly accessible to AI agents at the edge without moving data to the cloud. Here's a short overview of ANYLOG. ANYLOG is a lightweight software agent that runs directly at the edge, on the same network where industrial machines, PLCs, sensors, and cameras constantly generate data. Instead of moving this data to the cloud, ANYLOG keeps the data locally in place. Behind the scenes, AnyLog weaves all these distributed data sources into a virtual data fabric that creates a single unified view of the data. The result is simple but powerful. You can query live operational data in real time using standard SQL with no pipelines, no data movement, and none of the latency or cloud cost of the cloud. Industries are moving from centralized cloud processing to edge native intelligence. Factories, oil rigs, manufacturing plants, turbines, and critical infrastructure need real-time decisions, lower operational costs. They want to eliminate cloud dependency, maintain full control of their data, and have all of this with simple and immediate deployment. AnyLog fits directly into this transition. Now let me show you a live demo. In this demo, we're using real operational data from 3 oil rigs, numbered 1, 7, and 12. Each oil rig has its own AnyLog node connected to the local PLCs. The data remains local at each rig, but the virtual data layer makes it appear as one unified data set. This is exactly why industrial operations are utilizing AnyLog. AnyLog creates a single logical data system within existing networks without centralizing the data. I will show you now how we can utilize large language models to extract insights from this AnyLog network. I'm using Claude connected to the AnyLog network through our MCP native service as an example, but you can plug in any AI agent of choice. With the AI agent, we're going to extract real-time insights directly from the data stored at the edge. Remember, there is no database in the cloud, there's no data warehouse, and the agent operates directly on the edge nodes through the virtual data layer. Here, Claude is interacting with AnyLog just by asking simple questions. For example, say I'm a rig controller and I want to view the status of my operations. Let's look at the current operations of the oil rigs. So let's ask the question, how many nodes are in Ian's network? And we can see here that Claude is saying we have 6 total nodes. One of them is a master node. We have 2 query nodes, and we have 3 operator nodes collecting data from the oil rigs. We can also ask how many rows are stored in rig 1. And we can see that Claude is saying we have just under 125,000 rows in the rig data table. We can also ask what days are represented in the data sets. And we can see we have data from the period November 5th and 6th, and November 14th to 30th. Another question we can ask is, on November 23rd, which rig was most efficient? And we can see here that rig 1 was most efficient, with a rate of penetration of 84.89 feet per hour. We can also ask what the latest reading is on each rig. And we can see here that we pulled the latest readings of each oil rig. Another question I can ask is, are there any unusual spikes in torque or pressure during November 29th? And we can see here that Claude is telling me that there is unusual spikes on rig 1 and 7 and 12. This is really powerful in that I can just ask Claude what's going on with the rig, and Claude is telling me and analyzing the metrics that are being recorded by each rig. And finally, I can also ask some things like, what is the average rate of penetration across rig 1 and 7? And we can see that Claude responds with the metrics that I requested. All these examples are complex analytical tasks that normally require ETL pipelines, dashboards, and cloud compute. Here, they're answered in seconds directly from the edge data without any engineering effort or dedicated BI software. This is the future of industrial automation and AI. AI agents running directly on live edge data, no data centralization, and no cloud dependency. With AnyLog, edge operations are turned into a unified intelligent system out of the box. Thank you for your time, and please email us at info@ANYLOG.network for additional information.